kids. I'm on another fantastical buzzing adventure. Look at that. Come on.
Hi everyone. Right now we're at our Brightmoor pollinator habitat.
Yeah.
And today we're going to inspect the honeybee hive.
Yeah.
Now the reason why we're inspecting honeybee hives is that we want to make sure that our honeybee hive is doing really well before going into the winter. So we want to see if we have a viable queen, if she's laying eggs, and how well our honeybees are building up their honey stores. So it's really important that we educate the next generation on pollinators. And a pollinator can be anything that can help transport seed from one flower to the next. But also, pollination is done by beneficial insects like bees, like bats, ants, mosquitoes,
Butterflies.
and wasps. They're all pollinators.
Yeah.
And pollinators are responsible for 90% of our food population. All of our fresh fruits, vegetables, and nuts are all done by beneficial insects like pollinators. Before we go inside the beehive, we use this tool right here. It's called the smoker tool. We use dry lavender, dry basil, and dry thyme. We light it on fire that releases a smoke, and that smoke now serves as aromatherapy. Honeybees have a very strong nose receptors. They can smell the sweet nectar of flowers miles away. When they get a whiff of this lavender and basil and thyme, it keeps them cool, calm, and collected.
Wow.
So the waggle dance is done by our forager bees. The forager bees are responsible for getting the nectar and the pollen.
Yeah.
So when she finds a good source of nectar and pollen, she comes back home all excited, and she do what is called a waggle dance.
Waggle dance.
And that waggle dance tells them exactly where their food is located. It tells them the distance and the directions based off the location of the hive in the sun.
Oh.
Did you know that honeybees have 2 stomachs?
Did they?
2 stomachs. So they have one for digestion, and the other is a honey pot. So this is how they carry the nectar from the flowers.
Wow.
So a forager bee, which is one of the oldest worker bees' jobs, her job is to approach the flower. She's responsible for bringing the food back to the hive. And what she does is she takes her long tongue, it's called a proboscis. She'll place that into the flower blossom. She'll retrieve that nectar. Of course, she's going to take a little bit for herself to give her some energy to fly back home.
Okay.
And then the rest of it is stored in her stomach for her to travel back.
I wish I had 2 stomachs.
Yeah.